Hey, welcome back to the show. I've got so many cool things to talk about and show you today, but I thought I'll just start with Empress effects, and they've just brought out and re-released a limited edition Heavy Menace pedal. It looks absolutely amazing. I did a full comprehensive video on the original Heavy Menace pedal. Absolutely awesome tones for detuned guitars. It's extremely heavy. It's just got the 3 different settings. It's got the adaptive noise gate, which works fantastic when you've got all your pedals in a row, just like these ones. You can have the pedal at the very end and it just cuts out all the noise for all the others. It's just a beast of a pedal, and it's got that whole mid-frequency dial in the center, just so you can really hone in all those frequencies and push it exactly where you want that distortion to be, whether you've got the lightish, the heavy, or the heavier channels selected. It's just so cool that it's got loads of features. It's been re-released as the limited edition for Halloween, and it's got the really cool artwork that comes straight from the sketches that Ottawa tattoo artist Kaylee Seaver created. But check it out, all the links are in the description. I'm sure they're going to sell really fast. It's a fantastic pedal. But we'll just move on, and I really want to show you my Jackson Pro Origin 1985 reissue. I could not go past this. This is amazing. Thanks to my mates at Artie's. Thank you, Clayton, you're a legend, man. Look, this is insane. I really want to just show and do a full comprehensive video on this later. This is really just a quick check, like a pre-rundown, I guess. I just want to show you guys and talk a little bit about it, what I've found so far, exactly about it. It's just so exciting. I think a lot of my mates that I'm talking to, we're all from the same era, and it's just so cool. I think there's just something really exciting when they bring such a classic back from the 80s like this. But everything about this so far has just impressed the hell out of me. The sound is monstrous. They've even gone into the details to try and recreate the original pickups, the J90C in the bridge and the J50N in the neck. The bridge pickup is a ceramic magnet, so I was expecting it more to sound like a SH6 Seymour Duncan or something like a distortion, but it's not as hot as that. It's actually really clean and clear. It's heavy on the bass. It's meant to be around like 15 or 16K, but I think it's a little bit less, like a 13 or 14 for this one. It doesn't feel as heavy output, but I think when you turn up the gain on the amp, it's super clear and really heavy. It's got a Floyd Rose 1000 top-mounted tremolo. You can see it's really raised up quite high off the body there. As far as the neck construction goes, it is an actual maple fingerboard sitting on top of the maple neck. It's being glued on. The fingerboard piece is quarter sawn, so you can see the side of the grain, and the back of the neck is a slab cut, so you're looking at the grain from the front. And look, to be honest, I've always found that slab cut necks actually sounds so much better than quarter sawn necks like on the Charvels. I don't know what it is, but I think there's just better resonance or something, and that's glued with a scarf joint down the bottom there. As far as the neck feel goes, it feels really nice with that satin finish. It's really fast. It's got a very serious D profile to it. You might be able to pick it up in the camera there. It's not really thin, but it's not fat. It's not fat by any means. It's definitely like a speed neck, but compared to my Adrian Smith San Dimas, totally different feel. It's a little tiny bit beefier than that. Definitely feels really stiff and solid with those carbon rods that go through. 12 to 16 inch fingerboard radius. The frets feel absolutely flawless. They're highly polished. It's just beautifully done. The headstock looks fantastic, especially with the black on the maple there. And there's been a tint put through that satin clear coat just to give it that aged look slightly. I think it looks so cool. I'm just a sucker for sleek black guitars, and this is absolutely killer. It's a master volume knob, tone knob, and the 3-way switch. I think in time the only thing I'll probably do is just change it so it's a neck volume and a bridge volume, and just use that as like a kill switch. I think that's a little bit more usable, especially when your hand is moving. Sometimes I hit the volume knob. I do find, because the top mount Floyd Rose is actually so high, when you are playing, your hand actually misses that volume knob and you don't inadvertently turn it down. But it's an amazing reissue, and it actually exceeded all my expectations of build quality, and the tone is stupid. I've got to show you this. Just so you know, before we get into it, I'm going through my Marshall SV20, and this has been heavily modified by Headfirst Amplification, Jason Tong. It's an insane monster. I've done videos on this. There's plenty more to come. It's my favorite amp I've ever had. I'm not going to lie. It's absolutely insane what this sounds like. But right now I'm on the low input, which is like a 3 gain stage, I believe. And that's just going through my power board into the front end. I've got the Wild Overdrive, which is then going into the Nerve Agent Boost by Master Effects. This is a mid boost that just adds all exactly the right frequencies. And in going through the effects loop for this, I've got the Master Effects Puppet Master EQ. And with this, I'm really just boosting a little bit more bass and just adding some top end to that treble. The mids are scooped ever so slightly, but it's an absolutely insane sound. You just have to hear it with this guitar. I'm able to turn the amp and gain up a lot more than I usually do because the output on these pickups is slightly less, but the sound and the weight of this whole signal is unbelievable. And right there, that's the whole static noise that you get in the room. I can turn on the Fortin Zul noise gate to cancel it completely, but I don't think that's anything to worry about right there. Absolutely crazy sound. It's just so good for rhythm guitars, that heavy string. It just seems to hit all those right frequencies. It tears your face off on the rhythms, but no change, and you just go straight to guitar solos. It's insane. It just has so much character about the tone, just the way it plays. You just want to shred. You just want to feel like you're a guitar hero in the 80s. But I just found like the nut, the way that was actually molded and sat into the guitar, flawless from factory. I didn't have to shape or shave or do any of that. That's something that's a pet hate when you do get a new guitar, is just about every time you need to like sand down the nut with wet and dry, or just like fix up the cavity where it sits and just get that exact sort of shredder style first fret distance, like the action. And this did have a shim under it, a really fine stainless steel shim under the nut, but it was still set up really nice with that. And when I took that shim out and just had it down, it's absolutely flawless, that gap. Like everything about it, the nut, the way that it just sits there on the end of the neck too, is just beautifully done. There's no sharp edges. It's just absolutely flush. Oh, and if you're wondering what guitarist used this in 1985 that absolutely inspired me right now, it's Gary Holt. It's Rick Hunolt. It's either way, the maple fingerboard, the Super Strat, so nasty, so Exodus. The tone there is absolutely crazy, but just the whole feel of the neck, just the playability, it's familiar, but it's not. It's different. It's got that whole top mount Floyd Rose. I'm not really used to them sitting so high as that, but it doesn't feel bad in any way, and it's just so cool that your hand doesn't really touch that volume knob that usually gets in the way. But look guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. The SV20 Headfirst modification, I think he actually calls it the Lambchopper mod. It's the only one. I got Jason just to go nuts with it, do it exactly what he wants to do, and it's a fireball. I don't really put it that much on the show because you guys don't have one, and it's hard to relate to something you don't have, but I play it all the time, and it's just insane how good this amp actually sounds. You could just hear it then with these pedals, just using that mid-boost nerve agent from Master Effects. That whole setup is absolutely ridiculous. Until next time guys, take care.